Hi, this is just a quick video for those of you out there who are struggling with polycystic ovaries to say to you, please, the first thing I'd like you to do if you're struggling with polycystic ovaries and trying to get pregnant is stop using ovulation sticks to track your ovulation. They do not work. If you have polycystic ovaries or any other kind of hormonal imbalance or irregularity, those ovulation sticks are never going to pick up your ovulation accurately. I see it time and time again in my clinic. People are peeing on sticks for days and days, weeks and weeks, months and months, and seeing either nothing showing up or a constant smiley, flashy face. It is not accurate. So please save your own sanity, save yourself some money. Stop using the ovulation sticks if you know that you have polycystic ovaries. Now, I know that the first thing you're going to want to do is try and get a grip of when you're ovulating when you have polycystic ovaries, because it's really difficult to try and get pregnant and time sex around the ovulation when you have no clue when it's going to come. And I also know that it's super frustrating that if you're only getting a period once every few months or even once a year or not at all, that you start to really panic and try and overmanage or overtrack this whole situation to try and get some control back. So I'm just going to suggest there is a super easy way of understanding your ovulation a bit better and knowing how to predict when your period might come, and that is through temperature charting. Now, this can be super simple. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't have to spend a lot of money on apps and gadgets and things that all Bluetooth together. All you need to get is a digital thermometer. Take your temperature first thing in the morning when you open your eyes, and then track that temperature. You can do this on an app because that's what we do all the time at the minute. We use apps. Or back in the day when I was trying, on a piece of graph paper. What you're looking for is just to track that temperature every morning when you wake up and you're rested. And as soon as you see that jump up, we know that ovulation has happened. There are some really good products out there actually which can help with this if you're finding that difficult, or for some reason you're not rested in the morning. Either you're working shifts, or your partner's snoring, or the dog's on your bed shuffling around. Or maybe you've got a toddler in your bed at the same time. All sorts of chaos goes on. You can use a device such as the OvuSense, which is brilliant, or they have a ring made by a company called Ultrahuman. This tracks your resting temperature and can predict when your ovulation is happening. Now, whilst you're doing this, there are a couple of other things that can really help to get your ovulation happening at a better time. And in my experience, that is by warming yourself up, body warm, feet warm, food warm, because people with polycystic ovaries tend to be quite cold creatures. They've got cold hands and feet all the time. And actually, when you track your temperature, you will see it's quite low. It can usually be around 35 degrees-ish, whereas somebody who hasn't got polycystic ovaries may have a temperature about a degree higher than that. Now, that is because in traditional Chinese medicine, people with polycystic ovaries, we tend to say have a damp, cold condition. Now, your body's job when it's nice and warm is to take on board the food and the air and convert that into blood and qi. And at the same time, it takes on board the water, the fluid, cooks it up into a kind of steam and transports it around the body so that it's fully functioning properly and hydrated. Now, those ladies with polycystic ovaries tend to be quite cold, internally cold. So that transformation process kind of falters a little bit, and the damp doesn't get steamed up around the body. It sits and it settles, and that's where we get the cysts from. So by warming your body up, you're helping that transformation process and resolving the cysts a little bit. And the other thing that I find really helps is by going gluten-free. Now, I know that you probably don't have a problem with gluten, you're not allergic to it or intolerant of it, but by going gluten-free, you are reducing your carbohydrate level usually, and with that, the sugar. So reducing sugar for polycystic ovaries makes a massive difference. because what you have in your hormones at the moment is a bit of a crazy party going on between insulin, which is to do with your sugar levels, stress hormones, and estrogen. So if we can get hold of that sugar level a little bit and balance it out, you're more likely to get your ovulation happening at a good time. So I hope that's helped. It's just a little snapshot of what I talk about every day in my clinic. If you'd like more information, check out my other videos or subscribe to the channel. And I also have a free download, my ovulation workbook, which talks about this in a bit more detail. So you can have a look at that and figure out exactly what's happening with your ovulation and how you can influence that with your diet and lifestyle. I hope that helps. Good luck.